Hey, Health Ranchers, I wanted to do a quick video on cholesterol because, gosh, my hair looks amazing today, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. Yes, it's quite the mess. Anyway, cholesterol has been vilified. It's plain and simple. Your body cannot live without cholesterol, period. You would be dead. Dead. D-E-D, dead, dead. Do not pass go, D-E-A-D, dead. Doesn't matter. Cholesterol is absolutely essential for the body. It has been vilified. It has been kind of the innocent bystander in what we consider heart disease. Thankfully, the information is actually coming to the surface now with some really cool rogue scientists, some really cool doctors that are calling BS on it and going, you know what, it's not true. I actually felt innately that this was true back 20 years ago when I was a cardiac nurse. What I saw coming in to my floor was 99% diabetics, period. It didn't have anything to do with their cholesterol levels. I come from, farm stock, people that ate a lot of fat in their diets. And we've all had really high cholesterol levels and actually lived a very, very long, healthy life. The lifespan in my family has been into the 80s and 90s. Eating eggs and butter and bacon and all of those, so-called heart problem foods. Here's the thing you need to understand. Doctors are great. We need doctors. Doctors have a purpose in this life. Doctors are not scientists. Shocker, shocker. They are not. They are medical doctors. They are not scientists. So they're not the ones out there doing the studies unless they have an extended degree with something else. The other thing, too, that you need to understand, doctors get only 3 to 4 hours of nutrition studies while they're in medical school. Out of 4 years of school, they get 3 to 4 hours. I'm sorry, you could spend 3 to 4 hours on the internet and gain more information than they're getting in medical school. And yet you're taking dietary advice from somebody who has had zero training in diets. The unfortunate thing with docs, and I totally sympathize with them. They're busy. They're running their clinics. They're trying to keep to the American Medical Association standards of care. They have certain protocols that they need to follow. And if they break protocol, then they're at risk of being sued. I mean, it's just that simple. So when the standard of care is prescribe statins, get people on a cholesterol lowering diet or some other medication that's going to lower that, they're going to follow that advice. They're also brainwashed the same way we are with everything that they see and that they're given. They're also courted by pharmaceutical companies day in and day out. The pharmaceuticals companies come in, they hand them their study on XYZ drug, and they're given those reports. Now, usually, I don't know about you, but if you've ever read medical studies, it's like Boresville. They're really boring. And unless you understand statistics, unless you really, really understand how the study was set up, you're really not going to glean a lot of information out of that unless you've been trained in reading those things. The other thing is who's providing the money and funding for the study. Because, if I'm a company that says, hey, I want you to study my drug for the next 5 years, and then you come out and give me the results that are not very favorable to my drug, then I am not going to put those things out there and let the public see that. The other thing, too, is that there's a lot of sloppy science being done because it's a money game. Got no problem with money, got no problem with people making money, that kind of thing, but it's a money game. And then the end result is that people are getting hurt. That's what I have a problem with. So you can really torture the data, really, really skew the data. There's lots of ways to do that. And unfortunately, it's very common in the medical field. So my heart goes out to doctors because they really are trying to help us, but they have been duped just the same way as we have. Okay, so let me talk about the importance of cholesterol. It is an essential molecule to health. You will die without cholesterol. It's just that simple. Cholesterol is a substrate for every sex hormone in the body. So you've got your estrogen, progesterones, testosterones, all of those, and they have different substrates of there. Without those, we would not be here. So it's a very important substrate to allowing these hormones to do what they need to do in the body. Basically, you're one big giant hormone. They run everything. The other thing too is that cholesterol is super important for building the neuron synapses in the brain. So without those neurons in the brain and elsewhere as well, without that synapse is this cute little thing on the end of a nerve. And then there's like sparks of electricity that go to the next synapse, and that's the information that's sent to the rest of the body, and that's how the body communicates with itself. The other thing is cell wall construction. Every single cell requires cholesterol to build the cell wall. If you don't have enough cholesterol in your system, your cell walls will be weak and broke. Period. And they won't be able to do what they need to do. And cell wall is super important because it has key receptors for all of the different hormones, all of the different essentials of life to get into the cell, be taken into the tissues, and do their job. Your liver, that wonderful liver, love my liver. You should love your liver too. Be nice to it. Little known fact, your liver produces more cholesterol in a day. If you like took in like zero cholesterol in your diet, absolutely, you ate nothing that had any cholesterol in your diet, your liver would still produce more cholesterol in one single day than you could possibly eat in an entire week. That's right, because it's that essential to life. Cholesterol has just been vilified. It is the innocent bystander that has, the cops have like pulled out and said, whoa, we're going to profile you and you were in the right place. Circumstantial evidence points to you for heart disease. And it really has nothing to do with heart disease. Here's the thing. When an artery wall is damaged, there's usually infection. Oh, that's the other thing. Your LDL, which is usually considered the bad cholesterol, is super important with your immune system. LDL is not bad. It's just a low density lipoprotein. Hello, it's not bad, but usually there's some kind of infection or inflammation that is happening in the arterial cell wall. And as that infection and that inflammation comes in, the body responds with the immune system. Hello, people. So it sends the LDL, which we call cholesterol, to the cell. It also sends the white blood cells to that cell wall to repair it. It looks like plaque because it is. As the cell wall is broken and bleeding, they want to repair it. So they plaster that cell wall. And then over time, those plaques begin to build up, narrowing that arterial wall, which doesn't allow the blood in, and you can get a clot. Now, you can clot anytime, anyway. Those are just kind of the facts of life. But just to make my point, cholesterol is super important for health. You cannot function without it. It's time for people to really start waking up, do your research, really follow through, and really dig deep with this one, because this is a huge mass consciousness that we have that somehow cholesterol is bad and that eating saturated fats is bad, like red meats and your fatty meats like lamb and hamburger and those kind of things. It's complete and utter bullshit, okay? Because what is happening with heart disease is usually diabetes, which the excess insulin, which has nowhere to go, literally ends up rotting the interior vascular system out. And then you end up getting massive, massive problems. I mean, I've taken care of a lot of people where we've cut limbs off of. And then, of course, they have all the other problems, which is heart disease, and Alzheimer's, which is another one. Alzheimer's is actually considered type 3 diabetes now, which I'm really happy that a lot of this research is coming to the forefront for that too. So, diabetes is the enemy here, not cholesterol. Super high insulin spikes and insulin resistance is really what's causing the obesity epidemic in this country. And without education, you're not going to really understand the truth. And there is so much out there on the internet. I feel for you folks, but I'm constantly geeking out on this stuff. I'm constantly reading. I passionately inhabit this space. So if you'd like to understand more about cholesterol, subscribe to my channel, join my Facebook group. I'm here to educate. I'm here to help you. If you need help changing your lifestyle and you want somewhere else to go with this, give my office a call, DM me, whatever you'd like to do. Love to help you out. All right, Health Ranchers, happy trails. I'll talk to you later. Bye.